Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are doing a collective reading to tap into the energy for the new moon in Libra on October 21st. Okay, so this is a collective reading, so just take what feels right for you. All right, let's get into it. And if you want to just skip ahead to the reading, because I'll be talking a little bit about the new moon and reading a little bit out of the book, the timestamp is down below in the comments if you just want to skip to the juicy stuff. Okay, but I'm excited about this new moon in Libra. Okay, I feel like it is definitely, for me anyways, a very welcomed shift in energy. I feel like, we had all of our eclipses in September. We just had our full moon in Aries, and it is just a lot of like intense, like, go towards what you love. What's holding you back? So I feel like we had like our boot camp, and this new moon in Libra is all about like just beauty and balance. There could be new connections forming, coming to different conclusions, like compromising and just finding harmony, and just there could be like new romantic stuff going on for you guys, whether it's like a romantic relationship or just romanticizing your life in general. So I feel like this is going to be a very welcome, beautiful, ease, self-care, balanced energy. So let's talk about it. Okay, we have this new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. So for some of you, this could definitely involve new love, or it could just mean, like I said, romanticizing your life in new ways. Like for me, I saw a TikTok, and it was like this lady talking about how your house chores should be considered like an act of self-love, because it is loving to take care of your space and make it peaceful and soft and nurturing for yourself. So it's like, there could be a few shifts in perspective in that way too. So let's talk about it. All right, new moon in Libra. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. Fierce. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. Very good. Love that. And anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised. Okay, cool. So there might be like a little partner in crime coming to the surface here, maybe spending time with certain friends or family members that you feel really connected with as well. I really like that. I'm trying to get this incense. I like when you guys can see it. Okay. Okay. Such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Communication is going to be key at this time. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Beautiful. Attune to the moon. Reach out to someone and let them know you care. This is sweet. Additional meanings for this card. Feel more, think less. Marriage or engagement is on the cards. A legal matter will go your way. And pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances. Yeah. So yeah, definitely romanticizing life a bit. And like I said, there could be some new connections forming, deepening of certain connections, just being more open. And like I said, I feel like we've been put through the ringer through September and the beginning of October. So now that things are softening up a bit, you realize you can too. And maybe you can be a little bit more open to certain people or certain ideas, and just softening into some ease. I like it. I like it. And then the teaching. Libra is a sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember, Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. Absolutely. So yeah, it's all about balance, all about fairness right now. And I feel like we've been needing that. So let's welcome this energy, because it's definitely been hectic. So I'm glad that things are kind of slowing down and we're inviting ease and just some chill into our lives. All right, so let's get into the cards. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the glow in the dark deck. This is going to be our deck to just kind of like talk about, you know, maybe the harder parts of this new moon. Now, I do feel like this is going to be very nice and very easy and chill. So maybe there's just parts of like, you know, we've been through so much the past month. So maybe we're just a little fearful when it comes to that. Maybe we're having trouble trusting. Maybe, I don't know. We'll just see what comes through. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so bottom of the deck, we do have the World card, the Knight of Cups, the Strength card, Hanged Man, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. What's behind it? And the Ten of Pentacles. Spirits. Okay. All right. So there's definitely some things coming full circle here with the World card. This is like the successful achievement of a cycle, you know, so you've learned a lot here. I think you've learned a lot when it comes to opening up your heart, when it comes to feeling safe, when it comes to trusting. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, the Three of Wands. Yeah, you're ready for a new direction. It feels like there's a lot of surrender here, and you're just ready to be open and embrace whatever changes may come about. And looks like there's a lot of abundance that's following behind that. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, Spirit, let's talk about this new moon in Libra for the collective. What struggles may be coming through with this? What are we learning at this time? What do we need to know? Let's just talk about it. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see what else is. All right, so to start us out, we do have the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So there could have been, you know, just some struggles, whether that's financial, maybe health, maybe struggling in your emotional sphere, like maybe feeling abandoned, neglected, rejected, hurt, pushed, cast aside, you know. But the King of Swords is with this. So there could have been some sort of like hiccup or painful situation. But at the end of the day, you know who you are, you know what you're about. And you might, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but someone has the loudest subs right now. I literally feel it shaking my house. That is crazy. Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. Maybe that was a sign for somebody. I don't know, but that was crazy. It was like, okay. Anywhoville. With the King of Swords, you know what you're about. I feel like you're seeing the truth in a situation that left you feeling very abandoned, hurt, neglected. You know, like maybe something new is coming in to be like, that's what it was for. You know, because obviously when you're in the midst of something, it's hard to say like, I know this is going to help me accomplish my dreams. You know, and if you can do that, congratulations, you're doing great. Okay, but for a lot of us, we can be very like, oh, what did I do to deserve this? You know? So I feel like the truth about a certain situation is coming through here, and maybe you recognizing the truth in yourself and being like, you know what, I knew that wasn't going to get me down. I knew I was being taught something, like I'm glad I stuck it through. So let's see. You know I'm going to get to the bottom of this. What's going on? Yeah, it's like you had to really get out of a situation here. Yeah, maybe it was like it could have been a partnership, because we do have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. There could have been some fighting going on. But yeah, you had to get on up out of there. You had to make an escape here. And it's something where you're tapping into your feminine energy and really just, I feel like you're trusting yourself more and more, and you're okay with, it's not about being quiet, but I feel like, you know, not everything deserves your response. I like that. I like that. Okay. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles, please and thank you. What's going on here? What's that energy about? Five of Pentacles. Oh, okay. I'll take that one. All right, we just have this one card. Yeah, the Magician. Okay. This is a situation where it's kind of like you hit rock bottom. But when you hit rock bottom, it's kind of cool because it's like, well, nowhere to go but up, you know? And this situation really shows you what you're made of and how you are able to take any, like you had some lemons and you turned it into lemonade. You know what I mean? Like you really made the best of a situation and made the best of yourself and turned something totally around. You know, like you use those pinnacles to create some magic here, you know? I like it. I like it a lot. Like everybody in the room could have bet against you and they all would have lost, you know? I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, see, we got the Star card, Justice here. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. I just feel like you're so happy you didn't doubt yourself and you didn't let anybody hold you back, you know, or any circumstances. Because I feel like this is more of a circumstantial situation. Like, you know, nobody could control this or predict it was going to happen in this way, but you made the most of it. And that's something to be proud of. Seriously. All right, tell me more about the King of Swords. They're really coming out slow today. Normally I get like a few of them at least. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you were able to kind of have a bird's eye view on a situation. You know, this was something that was close to your heart, but you understood, you know, like everything happens for a reason. So let me understand why this happened. What was the purpose in it? What am I supposed to learn from it? What am I supposed to do with it? Okay. And this could be a situation as well. It's like, you know, now that I've made it through this, anything is possible, right? Like if I can overcome this, then I can do anything. So what do I want to do? What is my dream? What is my big ask from the universe now that I've survived this? The world is your oyster. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like you decided to walk away from the nonsense, from the chaos, and you're excited to see, okay, what's going to replace it? You know, what do I get to focus on now? Now that I'm not in the mud, let me get cleaned off. Let's see what's going on with the sun. You know, I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's learn more about the Magician here. What's the Magician trying to tell us? We have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Cups. Could be seeing a lot of eights. Yeah, you guys had to get on up out of a situation here. You know, like this could have been, you know, literally having to leave a relationship and you had to move all your stuff and like stay with a friend or a family member for a while until you got back on your feet or figured something out. This could have been having to leave a job situation. But know that, again, you made the most out of this. Like you really turned this thing around and like believed in yourself, or even in moments where you didn't believe in yourself, you didn't give up, which is huge. Okay. So let's see about that. Let's see more about that. Yeah, it's like there was a lot of love, but you really had to be strong because you knew something was not going to work out. Like it just wasn't making sense. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I'm also hearing like you just were tired of compromising, you know, like why would you keep yourself in a situation like this? It doesn't make sense. All right, we have the Two of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Wow. You are powerful. You are so powerful, okay? Like you didn't know what was going to happen next, where you were going to go, but you were determined, you were motivated, you got your stuff and you got on up out of there. Okay. You didn't know what was going to happen next. Maybe you were scared. Probably. Sometimes you got to do things scared, but you did it. You made sure to make something happen. You made sure you said, you know what? Let me get on my sticks and I'm going to get up out of here. Okay. Because this is crazy. I feel like that's what you said. And so you made it happen. And, Spirit's so proud of you, your soul, your higher self. And by the way, especially if this involves another person, like their higher self and your higher self are just in whatever other dimension, in heaven, whatever you want to call it, like they are popping champagne and celebrating, throwing confetti. It's a party. Okay. But our human selves, because it is so real and it's so hard to like see outside of it, it can be very, very difficult, but you did it. Okay. You are not letting your fear hold you back anymore. Proud of you. Yeah. You said, I need to go. I need to go. All right. Fierce. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups here. My tummy is growling. I didn't realize I was so hungry. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. I like it. I like it a lot. See, with the King of Wands, the Ten of Cups, yeah. You were saying like you are protecting your happiness. You are protecting your fulfillment. You are not going to settle and compromise anymore. And even though that meant this difficult situation had to come to a head here, you really do realize like, well, I was settling and I was, leaving myself out to dry and not honoring myself. But I'm going to stand up for myself now. I'm going to protect my energy now because I deserve that. And that's the least I could do, There's definitely a lot of confusion surrounding this, but yeah, it had to happen. You had to walk away. You had to choose you. And even though it hurt, it's leading you to just such a beautiful, independent version of yourself, feeling very self-sufficient, feeling on top of the world. Because whatever this was, it was like you were trying to make sense of it, trying to, but you just got to a point where you're like, I gotta go, This could have happened during that Aries full moon on October 6th. Okay. All right, fierce. Okay. I'm proud of you for choosing yourself. I know it's not easy. All right, anything else for this Two of Swords, Ten of Wands? And then we'll move on to the Light Seers deck. Yeah, Four of Swords. You are going to heal from this situation, and maybe that's already been kind of happening. But yeah, Spirit's saying like, you had no idea where you were going or what was going to come of it. All you knew is you had to, again, get on up out of there. So know that you're going to recover from this. You're going to recover from the Five of Pentacles. Like all of it's going to be okay. And that's because you chose yourself and you chose your happiness. I'm proud of you. Yeah, there's going to be balance. There's going to be love. Like it's going to really turn itself around like a total 180. I love that. All right, let's get into it. So for the Light Seers deck, we're going to tap into kind of like the more positive side of this energy and seeing just like the beauty that comes in and how you recover and how you're rebuilding. Okay, I love it. Let's talk about it. We have the Death card, the Three of Swords, the Fool card, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups. I mean, look at that. It's a whole transformation. And the thing is, like, your heart got crushed and ripped open, and that's where the light shines through. That's that Rumi, the poet. That's from Rumi, right? The cracks in your heart is where the light shines through. All right. So it's like you had to be broken down in order for you to rebuild. Okay. And change comes for all of us. Endings come for all of us. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, how long you've been somewhere, how much love there is. If it's meant to come to a close, it will. And that's what happened here. And you took that and you allowed yourself to go towards a new beginning, to follow your passion, to lean into the faith and trust of the universe. Instead of questioning it and being mad, you said, okay, I'm going to surrender and I'm going to flow and I'm going to allow it to unfold how it's meant to. Because, yeah, it was time for you to go, okay? And with the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Wands, even the Nine of Swords, I'm going to take too. It's like there was a lot of anxiety around this situation, but you had to be real with yourself. And you said, listen, I'm not going to let my emotions get the best of me, let memories get the best of me. I'm going to focus on what I know to be true. And that is that I need to go towards new things, you know? And even though there was a lot of fear, you allowed yourself to kind of take that leap of faith, follow your heart, follow your truth. And I feel like it's going to work out beautifully for you. Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's coming in now that all of this clearing has been done. Like, what can we expect to come in? Okay. Fears. I had this card fly all the way over here. That's crazy. Ooh. I love it. I don't know that song. I don't know the words. Maybe some of you guys like that song. It's like, ooh, I love it. I think that's Ed Sheeran. I actually have no idea. Anyways, okay, we're moving on from that. So many cards, so little time. All right, just kidding. So yeah, we have the Ten of Swords and the Tower. So, you know, we've been talking about that a lot. Like there was a very big ending here. But I love this Ten of Swords because she like is shown not with a bunch of sword stabbing here, but like just free and in the wind and flowing. So it's like, yeah, you know, like something was a disaster, but it was always going to be that way. So just allow yourself to let go and be free. Okay? Because this is unfolding exactly how it was meant to. And just knowing that, for me personally, it helps me let go and just surrender to the situation. Not to say that it's not hard, but you know, those little nuggets of wisdom, you know, they help me. So with the Four of Cups, Five of Swords, yeah, I feel like someone was really selfish, you know, maybe not understanding your point of view, or maybe someone wasn't willing to compromise and have that balance and harmony. So that's why this is coming through at this new moon in Libra, because it's all about balance and harmony. So if we're not having that, it's going to be exposed and it's time to get on up out of there. That's the theme for the reading, I guess. But with the Four Cups, it's about like, you know, allow yourself to see this in a different way. Allow yourself to shift your perspective about this. Because if someone is selfish or someone's not willing to see my point of view or come to an understanding, I don't want to hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to keep sacrificing my beliefs, keep compromising myself if I'm not getting that in return. So even though it's hurtful that something didn't work out, it was never going to work out because you were never meant to be around someone this selfish. You know what I mean? Like that does not make sense. So it sucks, but it's nothing you did, nothing nobody could have done unless this person wanted to change who they were, and they weren't meant to have that role in your life. That's a big thing for me. Some people are not meant to have the roles we want to give them, you know? Like, this is a crazy. I was just saying, like, I love JoJo Siwa. I mean, I don't know her like that, but you know, she's not meant to be Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? Like, she's not meant to have that role. You know, they have different talents, different life journeys, different perspectives. So they're meant for different things. You know? Just like, I'm trying to think of another example, like an actor kind of thing. Like, hold on, it'll come to me. I love Matthew McConaughey, but I don't think he could play Wolverine. You know? Or like when Adele said, I'm not going to do the Super Bowl because I'm not Beyonce. She stayed in her lane. She knows, hey, I know I'm a great singer, but I'm more of an opera house kind of vibe, not the Super Bowl halftime show. Some people need to stay in their lanes, and we try and drag them over, but the universe is saying, we got course correct. Like those cars that like will alert you when you're like driving too far over, or they'll brake for you if you're getting too close to something. Yeah. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at the car or cards, you know. Don't be mad at course correction. That's what's happening here. This is course correction. Okay, let's see what you're leading to. The Emperor and the Star card. Gorgeous. Aries energy and Aquarius energy. Okay, so this is leading you towards fulfillment, towards balance, feeling confident, feeling powerful. I feel like you were giving your power away to the situation to try to mold it together, to try to make it make sense. And that's why as soon as you left it, you started getting powerful again. You started seeing things clearly. You started saying, well, okay, that didn't work out, but I can do this. And, you know, things just started aligning. It was like you were around an energy vampire without even knowing it. You know what I mean? It's like that movie Sinners. Everybody getting their neck bit and everything, acting crazy. You know? It's time to burn the vampires and move on. All right, fierce. Okay, so tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles coming out. Slowly but surely, things are going to come to fruition for you. Okay, tell me more about, I want to know more about the Ten of Swords and the Tower, then we're going to jump over to the Star and the Emperor. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords, the Tower. Oh. Thick thighs save lives. I caught the card. Yeah, this was a situation where you were holding on really, really tightly. There was too much control here. You know, and maybe this even could have worked out, but I think there was just a lot of fear. And there was a lot of fear and not a lot of compromise. So it was like, it was a recipe for disaster, you know, like it just was not going to work. It just didn't make sense. And you couldn't let go of the control. You couldn't surrender in order for it to maybe work itself out. And then, yeah, and then you just had to let it go entirely, you know, like the universe was like, okay, if you're not going to surrender in this way, surrender in this way. You know what I mean? And again, it's not like the universe is punishing you. Like, no, this was not in alignment for you. That's why that aspect of control and fear came out so intensely. You are meant for ease and beauty and trust. And this just wasn't that situation. So it had to go. But with the Six of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, like, look how beautiful that is. This is what you're going towards. The universe had to get you on out of that situation. And you're going towards fulfillment and peace and ease and trust. And, you know, that Queen of Cups is coming through again. And she's all about flow and introspection and her intuition and creativity. And, like, that's what you deserve. You deserve to be open and receptive. And I feel like this situation was toxic. So it was like blocking you off and you didn't even see it. Like, you were just so in it, you didn't even see how distorted everything really was. But now that you're no, you are not fear. Now that you are free, there's a lot of abundance. There's a lot of clarity that's coming in for you. Beautiful. And look, yeah, you're meant to walk away from this, okay? Leave that mess in the past. It's a mess. And allow yourself to go towards this new chapter. All right, tell me more about the Star and the Emperor. Oh, cute. We have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. I like this. Okay, so there's those balanced relationships. There's those connections. There's that teamwork. That's what's going to come in for you. Okay? And it's not just say, like, because the Emperor is here, so it's like, it's not like you leading the whole group. Like, no. It's like you're going to be in a group, but you're still going to be able to be powerful. You're still going to be able to take up space. And I feel like you were around people where you felt like you kept having to dilute yourself or like quiet your opinions and things like that. But now that you've freed yourself, you get to be around people that really understand you, that want to connect with you, that want to understand you. And I think that is something that was missing in this other connection or whatever was going on there. You know, there's nothing but balance here. Like, exactly, like you're a star, but it's also balanced. You know, like there's enough sun to shine on all of us. So if you felt like you had to compromise yourself too much to stay in a connection or a friendship or whatever, yeah, that's not going to work out here. All right, tell me more about the Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. These dang cards keep flying all the way over here. Oh, stretch. Okay, beautiful. We have the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's like The world is your oyster here. There's a lot of options and a lot of choices to make. So I think moving forward, you're just going to see which one lights you up the most, which one makes you most excited. And I feel like now that you're free from this energy, because in the full moon in Aries reading, there was a lot of talk about like being scared to make a mistake. And it feels like now you're like, you know what? I can make a mistake. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to have it all figured out. And so now that you have this, you're like, okay, now what do I want to go towards? So yeah, the world is your oyster, and it's all on you to, trust your intuition and go towards what lights you up and what feels best for you. Okay, so I just feel like there's more confidence and there's more balanced connection. You had to surrender in this situation. It was very, very hard, but there's so much beauty, balance, abundance that comes through after that, and I think it's very much worth it. So I like that. I'm going to leave that there. All right, let's close it out with an oracle message from the Moonology deck. We'll see what else Spirit has to say about this. But if you resonated with this reading, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe to the channel, share this video with a friend. All of that helps the channel grow, and I'm always so, so grateful. And if you guys would like to take these readings a step further, you can go down to the description box with my website link, avianasascension.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter. I always pair the readings with a ritual and some other content like a meditation, a yoga class, or a Reiki session, like all YouTube videos, things you can do from your home. So that way you can just take this a little bit further. So if you want rituals and more content with your full moon and new moons, sign up for my newsletter. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. So we have a time for healing, balsamic moon. I love that. So this is definitely healing that control, that feeling that like, okay, it has to be this way. Like you're realizing maybe it doesn't have to be that way. And maybe if I just give myself the chance, I can figure it out in a different way. I feel like this is all about betting on yourself and like really believing in yourself. And through that, you're going to find the people that actually believe in you and actually want the best for you. You are good enough, full moon in Virgo. Absolutely. I think that's a really important one. You are good enough. Okay. You are capable. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are loved. You are protected. So the only thing that could hold you back is you. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Okay? Spend some time with that inner child who thinks they're not good enough. Okay. Be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. I feel like this is in regards to like the new people you're going to be meeting. Just allow yourself to be open to new experiences, new people. And, say you're somewhere out or at a concert or at a grocery store or something. Say hello to somebody. Give somebody a compliment. You never know what could happen. Me and my boyfriend, we were at the lake the other day. Well, we were at a park and there was a lake there, and there was a blue heron there. And we were like, oh my God, look at this bird. And this lady stopped and was giving us all of the information about the park. I don't know how she knew it all. Maybe she worked for like the Parks and Recreation thing. But yeah, she knew a lot of information about the park. And then some other gentleman came up and he was like, do you want me to catch a fish and so you can see him eat? We were like, yeah. And it was so cool. He caught a fish, threw it to the heron, and he gobbled it up. We loved it, So it's like, you never know, especially this day and age. Like people are so much in their phones and so like antisocial. Just talk to somebody. Just extend an olive branch and make a friend. It doesn't have to be for life. Maybe just for that night, just for a moment. But, it really can put a positive spin on things. All right, last card here. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. I like that. So they're letting us know that, things might be a little bit rough, but things are going to get balanced out for everybody, for you, for the people involved, for the new people that are coming in. Balance is coming through. And that's what Libra is all about. So know that none of this is happening to hurt you or to hurt anyone else, but to restore balance. Okay? And that's very necessary at this time. All right. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys would like more from me, I do have all my social media down below. And I also have my website, like I said earlier. So if you would like a personal reading, if you want to sign up for that newsletter, or if you would like a soul alchemy ceremony, that's where we help turn your pain into power, release past trauma, help you call in what it is you would like to call in, and yeah, just get you together. Okay, so that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go eat some food now. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.